Welcome to ShadowMeTarot. Thank you all for joining me. And thank you all for watching, and thank you all for your likes, subscribes, and shares. So if this video does resonate for you, please do that for me. It just helps me out, helps me grow the channel. And so I can continue making videos for you guys. All right, so today we are doing Leo's What Are Your Thoughts Manifesting? And yeah, we want advice for your highest good, deepest desires, and ultimate fulfillment. So what are your thoughts manifesting towards that? What is Leo's thoughts manifesting towards their highest good, deepest desires, and ultimate fulfillment? What are Leo's thoughts in manifesting? Whoa, we lost one. Did we? Oh, it didn't flip. It just teasing me. All right. What are Leo's thoughts manifesting here? All right. Transformation. And creativity. What are Leo's thoughts manifesting? All right. And ultimate fulfillment. Ooh, okay. So you're really manifesting love, Leo. Love and commitment. Ooh, I feel like some of you might even want a baby. Maybe you're pregnant, some of you. I mean, I'm just gonna stop there. That's all I feel. There's this transformation. If you're not turning into a butterfly, you're creating something, and you want the lovers. I'm like, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. Is kind of how I feel. What's blocking you in this manifestation? What's blocking, you transforming into a mother and having a perfect union here? Or perhaps, in business, you kind of, maybe there's something that you don't want to change in terms of what your thoughts are, or you want to create, though. You want to create a love. You want abundance and love. What is blocking this love? What is blocking in this transformation here, in this death card? Maybe you're moving away from a Scorpio. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, actually. Oh, interesting. That's an antique coin. It's got an owl on there, so it's like wisdom with money. What's blocking your creativity here? Oh, you're transforming from maybe old money, ancestral money, family support. You feel like being a mother maybe is the right direction, or a parent of some sort. I feel like you need to cut away the things that no longer serve you. If you're wanting love with a person who's not giving to you, I feel like this is a message to cut it away. Okay, so I'm getting two messages here. This one says unrequited love, which is how it landed for me. And on that side, it's working class. So maybe you're in love with a person who's from a different class than you. But on the other side of it, it's, which is how I picked it up, it is non-contagious illness or a death of a shop owner. So I feel like you could be moving away from a person who is working class, or perhaps you received money from someone who had passed away, who was maybe sort of a shop owner and working class. I think what I'm feeling, though, more so is that it is this unrequited love. And I think it is between just two people from different economic backgrounds, is really kind of what I'm feeling here. And can be on either side. That could be you or your partner here. I feel like timing, not the right time. Not enough money. Not enough resources. Maybe the person that you're interested in is polyamorous or polygamous. So I feel like, okay, so that's what you're waiting for, your knight in shining armor. Okay, so the person that you're waiting on is not for you. I almost feel like you've lost your way. You went off the beaten path and then stayed there. The person that you want isn't available for the type of relationship that you want. We've got the swindler card here and the defender. He's going to defend his swindling, but you're going to cut away something that no longer serves you. So this feels more like a romantic entanglement. And I feel like you're trying to create something that isn't there, and you're not changing it. You're refusing to change it. So maybe this person is married already. In any case, I feel like whoever this is about, they're taking advantage of you. And that's their own ancestral wounding and their own stuff, but they need to work that out. That has nothing to do with you. They have no right to hurt you. For some of you, you might have had the loss of a parent or family member. I feel like your old money, when the business or the local business just kind of went out of business. And I do feel like it's a working class kind of family. Maybe they had a restaurant of some sort. There's a richness in the community that I'm feeling. So perhaps they sold the business, moved the business away, and the neighborhood isn't the same since. I feel like there's somebody you hold responsible for this, for the demise maybe of that business or union. For others, I feel like there is a romantic entanglement that is really harmful and not healthy. And I think even you're kind of just bored with the cycle of that. But your thoughts, kind of where you've been in the past, is I don't want to change anything. But I feel like you're finding this new creativity. You're getting some more self-confidence. And I think you're also kind of looking up and saying, hey, I have more choices than what's available, what is being made available to me right now. So I kind of feel like this is an opportunity for you to kind of go, hey, I've agreed to this. I'm not happy with it, and I'm going to change it. I don't agree anymore. That's kind of how I feel about that. Let's see. How do you need to communicate? How do you need to communicate about legacy? Okay, so to your family here. You're just going to have to, if there's any guilt that you have behind that, you're just going to have to let it go. There's no changing it. You don't have to ice it out, the memories. The memories don't have to grow cold. You can still keep warmth in your heart. Hold on to that inner vision, because that was something that shaped who you are, being part of the community. So make sure you're telling yourself that story and surrender to that inner vision. That is the truth of who you are at your most vulnerable self. Okay, and then here this I really feel like there is this sense of being more fortunate than maybe you felt that you were. Like you may not have had the material things, but you were loved. That's really kind of what I'm getting from this. And I feel like there's a level of, when you're saying, when you feel that you've been dispossessed, I think it's like a mutual kind of rejection. I mean, for some of you, you might have been physically just like disowned by your neighborhood, just kind of like the community ostrich or ostracized. I don't know how I would say that, but I feel like there's an insecurity there that's holding back your creativity and not allowing you to move to be your best self. It's like you're afraid of being your best self. And I feel like Spirit is just kind of encouraging you to let you know that the things that you're embarrassed of or ashamed of, Spirit loves you anyway. And if you love it anyway, it is a source of strength and compassion for yourself and others. It is your superpower. So maybe embrace those shadow sides of yourself a little bit and see how they protect you. And, you know, let them know you've got it from here on out, you know. All right, so then the last one here. All right, the last one here says the artist needs her solitude. That's kind of how I feel about that. So I feel like you're kind of bored too, and you're like, I need to go do my own thing and be happy. Don't worry about any fights. That may be at the bottom here. It looks like you're a queen, and you don't need that shit. You're off to explore the world, make life simple, go find your own gifts and grow away from this, and dig back into find your people, find your community. So that's communication. What's happening in your near future? What is happening in your near future? What is happening in Leo's near future? All right, what is happening in Leo's near future? I'm just going until they stop. Okay, I think that was the last one. Oh, wow. I'm getting a real sense of moving forward here in the near future. So we've kind of got like this asset that you have, this strength, this core, this inner, you know, the fact that your family was, that you were loved. I feel like you were just loved. Your family was part of the community, and there was something very special about that for you, and you've taken it with you, and it's part of your inner truth. It's part of your core value system. And I feel like you're resisting that awakening, like you don't want to give it that chance, and you can continue to do that. Maybe that's how you feel like everyone else in the world sees it that way. Well, I don't see the hangman anywhere, but I just don't feel like you're seeing it that way. I feel like you're seeing it more as something of a hindrance for you, that your upbringing was a hindrance. But I do feel like there was some there is a shift in your perspective, you know. Try to shift your perspective from a place of negativity to a place of positivity. That's not saying, you know, it's that's not to say like forget the negatives, they're there, but also acknowledge the positives is kind of what I'm saying, I guess, is what I'm hearing even. Then we've got the Mayoress of Water. So have compassion with yourself, love yourself, truly, truly, mother yourself. I feel like there's a chemistry imbalance between yourself. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who might be a little controlling, and it might be a little out of balance. And I don't think it's you. I think it's them. And they are impeding your creativity. And this is definitely they're kind of working their way in on the shadow side of maybe this swindler and energy. Sometimes, if your grandmother's a doormat, then your mother's a doormat, then her son is a doormat, then his daughter's a doormat. I mean, it just gets passed down, and it's behavioral traits. And I feel like perhaps this is a behavioral trait, an ancestral trait that has been passed down, where your instinct is to believe when in fact you're being kind of taken advantage of. And I think that's where kind of like the thing from the past, like, yeah, it was a happy childhood, but look at all the people who took advantage of us, is kind of what I'm feeling. And then I feel you have brought someone into your life who's almost mimicked that same kind of thing. Maybe your mother worked really hard and did everything, was kind of the backbone of the family, and just kind of always cleaning up after more controlling kind of energy. I do feel you having like a win, like you're gonna have this huge victory over some of your insecurities, and you're probably gonna get some. I think you're gonna get some positive messages behind that as well. Then we have the Seeker here. So you're just going to continue. It looks like you're going to end it with this person, and then you're going to just kind of do some of that, more of that internal work. We've got the 10 of air here. So I do really see you putting whatever this romantic entanglement is here, whatever this, even this business, a partnership, it isn't serving you. And I see you putting an end to it and moving forward to something that's more satisfying and calmer for you. I see peace and stillness kind of going within and being content and happy there. And I think that's wonderful. Okay, so those of you who have a yes/no question, go ahead and put your thoughts there now, and we'll go ahead and pull your yes/no cards. So Leo, is the answer to your question a yes or no? Is the answer for Leo yes or no? Another maybe. All right, Spirit's not giving it up. The maybe, it's the Hermit. We have that 3 times in here of different types of solitude. The Seeker, the Hermit now, and then, well, that's not Hermit, but that's kind of Hermit energy, the transformation part of it. So I do feel like you're just gonna, I feel like in the past you haven't wanted to do kind of some of the work, but I feel like you're in a place where you can do it. You can do some creativity. You get to choose, you get to choose what you want to hang on to and what you want to work on. But I do see that this, whatever this entanglement or this commitment, you're moving away from. But this says, retreat from the world and hear the whispers of your heart. Find true direction through solitude. And I feel like that that you're kind of already in that path anyway. So if we've got a, let's get your numerology for the week. And these are just numbers 1 through 22, and it is based on the major arcana. So let's get your numbers for the week, or your number for the week. What is your number for the week? What is your number for the week? Too many. I'm like sitting here and Spirit's like, I want them all. I'm like, all right. All right, you want them all, huh? All right, so the Wheel of Fortune came out first, and it's asking you to focus on your purpose. It's self-knowledge and growth, but really our purpose is to know ourselves and grow, aligning our desires, thoughts, words, and actions with our positive feelings. Then we have the Fool. Go ahead and change. The purpose of this situation is for you to change and grow from it. So that is 0. So you might see circles. We've got 1 and circle both. So your spirit guide is with you. You are not alone. But I do feel like there is a call for you to change. This is the second death card that we've had. This one is in the upright. It says art, communication of inner workings in creative way, a statement. So it is kind of asking you to take action in your communication, in particular with yourself, actually. I feel like there's a call to be honest with this Mayor of Earth, or this King of Pentacles. I feel like you put a lot of energy into that. But I think you do. You need to be creative. You need to withdraw. You need to embrace your art, which is, I think, your way of communicating anyway. And then we have the Empress again. So this is the third Empress that we have. Creation, connect with intuition, connect intuition with action to get the ball rolling. Share the information and the ideas, and we saw that before here. Oh, here's the artist here. So one of you is a renowned artist. So child, communication, creation, connect intuition with action to get the ball rolling, share the information and ideas. And then we get to the Hanged Man, which is a completion number 12. It says action and awareness. Balance of yin and yang within, lead to excitement and creativity in the energy, complete projects with aware action. I do feel like there's an ending towards a masculine energy, but it really could be both. I feel like your masculine energy is in balance, and there is a call for you to bring both your feminine energy and your masculine energy into balance. If you are eliminating a masculine energy from your life, then I would say that you need to bring your masculine energy into balance, and then vice versa. If you're releasing a feminine energy in your life, then you need to bring your masculine energy into balance. So that's what I see for that. Those of you who have a when question, go ahead and think about what you want to know. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? All right, so for Leo, when is this going to happen? When? Oh, we got 3 of them. So for some of you, when will happen? In September. That ship has sailed, and one of them is worth waiting for. So I think I'm going to go with each of you knows which one is meant for you. If I was going to read it in here, you're going to feel fulfilled in this change and kind of accepting your past by September. The relationship between you and this person will have sailed. And I feel like a love worth waiting for is coming in towards you. But you got to do this work here first. So I want to say September. All right, folks. Oh, we need your vibration. Ooh, somebody's asking it. This is you guys. You guys are asking, it's given. This is Esther and Jerry Hicks. The Teachings of Abraham. I don't know if you've found them yet, but they're amazing, and they've been on Oprah. They're the source of The Secret. She's pretty impressive, I have to say. Okay, and I really love their affirmations. They always make me feel good and help me kind of work through things. So for Leo, this reading, what is the vibration that they want to get themselves into for their highest good? Wow, that just flew right out. Okay, so my emotional set points can be changed. So if you're kind of set in a place of, it's like if you're super sad, right? If you're deliriously sad. Somebody stole, took, just, ruined your day, just ruined everything. And you are so upset with them that you just can't get out of bed. You just want to die even. Do you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, something like that can happen. The very next emotion to raise you up is anger. I'm angry with that person. Now you have something to live for, right? Because you're angry now. And then you kind of move each of those things up until you can get to a place of joy. And in that place of joy, you can actually start creating your life with spirit. So when you're changing your emotional set points, my emotional set points can be changed. It's like turning up the volume on positivity. Your volume can be all the way down in negativity, do you know what I'm saying? Or turned up all the way on negativity, but it's about turning the volume up on your positivity, if you can. And you can start small. So my emotional set points can be changed. Your set points are achieved by attention to a subject. We want you to understand the extreme value in deliberately achieving your own set points, because once you expect something, it will come. The details of it may play out differently, but the vibrational essence will always be an exact match. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on that one, because I think these are probably like the most important cards. There we go. There you go. And that is your reading, Leo. If this resonated for you, please like, subscribe, and share. And let me know in the comments what you loved about it and what resonated for you. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed day. We'll see you again soon.